every single day of the week, you can reduce your risk of internal cancer by 80 to 85%. Who thinks that sounds like a really good idea?
Love salad.
Yeah. You know what? One guy told me he had been married for 50 years and the only thing he ever got was a honeymoon salad. Lettuce alone. You know what? If we're eating lettuce salads, we're really not getting much nutrition, are we? Lettuce is mainly what, everybody? Water. Who likes to stir fry? Raise your hand if you like to stir fry. What's the hardest part about stir frying and making salads? Who can tell me? Cutting it up. Takes more time to cut it up than it does to eat it up, right? Well, look at this. In less than 30 seconds, we have a beautiful 4-color, 4-vegetable stir fry. Okay, who's impressed with my machine? Okay, who wants it for free? Raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, everybody. Okay, good. Please do stick around, okay? At the end, I'm going to show you how you can get this wonderful tool for free. Now, if you do want to stir fry, I got a couple of recommendations for you. How many of you have heard of extra virgin olive oil? Right? Also, how many of you have heard of grapeseed oil? Oh, terrific. Wow, that's awesome. Grapeseed oil you could take to a higher temperature, okay, and has all the benefits of the extra virgin olive oil. Now, most importantly, we recommend everybody please invest in a good set of American-made waterless cookware. Cooking as we're doing here today is recommended by the American Heart Association. Who here has waterless cookware at home? Am I here? Had one gal yesterday, 47 years. Yep, still using it. Another reason why I like my job. Okay, now I switch cones. This is cone number 2. Anybody like coleslaw? Boy, is that good for us too, right? 1/8 of a head of cabbage. Cup it in your hand, just like this. Always turn the machine on first. Put your cabbage in the back of the hopper. Now, can y'all see how that core is coming down to the cone? Okay, take the heel of your hand, roll her over. Get that core, because the core tastes the same, okay, as the rest of the cabbage. And there you go. What's that?
Just has a little hot flavor.
Yeah, just a little bit of a more peppery kind of flavor to it. Cup it in your hand just like that. Turn the machine on. You know, if you buy that prepackaged coleslaw that comes in plastic bags in the stores, it's really expensive. What's a head of cabbage cost, everybody? Yeah, not much at all. Pennies per pound. Okay, everybody look over here. See that vapor that's coming out? Okay, it took about 5 minutes. That's telling us our vegetables are about 180, 185 degrees. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to spin the cover. Notice how it floats. That's what you want. Turn off the stove. Literally remove the vegetables from the stove. Now, with that water going all the way around and taking it off, it's creating a vapor lock. And it's locking in color, flavor, texture, and most importantly, nutrition. Now I'm going to set it over here on my trivet. Okay? And by the way, these are still cooking because it has that cast iron skillet that's in the middle. These are going to be done just about the same time that my chicken is here, and yet I already turned off the stove. So how many of you agree we are going to save a lot of energy cooking this way? Okay, we're going to boil these carrots. I put those on medium. Boil those carrots. We're going to compare the taste. You know, we had an independent study done on the efficiency of our cookware. Here are the results. It's very impressive. You cook a meal a day for a year, you're going to save over $360 just in utilities during that first year. How many think that's pretty impressive? Can anybody think of anything else to do with that $360? Oh no. All right, let me get an onion out. How many of you like to cook with onions? High in fiber, really good for the heart. Now I have very bad allergies. Okay? I cry like a little baby, that's why I wear this little guy here. Now here's how you reduce your tears. Please do not cut off the root. The minute you do, you're going to start to tear up. Okay? And I don't peel them anymore either. Just cup it in your hand. You don't like the outside? Okay. Put your hand right on top. Now this machine comes with different speeds. There you go. Okay, there you go. It takes care of it for you. How many think that's pretty cool? All right, now, I'll show you how to do celery. Celery is a great salt substitute. It does have those strings in there. Did you ever get those strings caught in your teeth? Yeah. A lot of people peel them. Yeah. Well, instead of doing that and taking all that time, just put it with the ribs toward the back, turn the machine on. You've got your chopped celery with no strings attached. Takes the strings right off for you. Who thinks that's pretty cool? The machine, remember how I said it peels it? That's by design, yeah. Now here's another tip. Take all those leftovers, the peels and the outer leaves of the cabbage, throw them in the freezer, and then when you got time, make a vegetable broth. Okay, you know what, I figured this way, we work very hard for our food dollar, so we might as well use all of it. Yep, absolutely. Okay, now, I'm going to show you another cone. This is the shredder cone. I mean, who likes fresh Parmesan cheese? There's a big difference between the fresh and that stuff that comes in the can. Huge difference, okay? And who likes carrot cake? Do you really? Do you put pineapple in yours by chance? Haven't tried that one? Oh, really? Ooh, that sounds really good. And look at that. Now again, add that to your vegetable broth. And here's another way to save money. So many of us anymore are buying just the flowerets because we don't know what to do with that big old stump. Okay, we'll put it in the back of the hopper. You got broccoli slaw. Who's ever seen broccoli slaw like at Kroger's? Very expensive. It's over by those prepackaged salads. Yep, make it yourself. We're spending extra for just the flowerets and then extra for the broccoli slaw. You know, yeah, make it yourself. And there you go. And we'll add that to our vegetable broth. Now you got to see this. Kids love this. Butternut squash. Normally we bake it, right? Then you end up adding a lot of butter, brown sugar, maple syrup, and honey to it. What's it look like, everybody? Cheese. That's why kids love it. Yeah. Yeah, you could probably fool the little ones until they put it on chili. It doesn't melt. But yeah, but imagine making fresh pumpkin pie. Where are my bakers here? Okay, how many agree the best bakers and the best cooks are right here in this part of America? I'll tell you what, get yourself a church cookbook and you're set for life. Isn't that the truth? All right, let me show you another cone. Slicer cone. There are two slicer cones that come with the machine. A thin slice and a thick slice. This is the thin slice one. Anybody ever have any leftover roast beef? Leftover ham? Okay. Make sure it's cold. And put it in the back of the hopper. It'll slice it up for your sandwiches for you. Okay? Take your potatoes. Take your apples. This will peel your apples for you too if you don't want the peel. Take your cucumbers. And there we go. We're done. Now, who's impressed we made that entire salad in 2 minutes? Just because we had the right tool to get the job done. Now, who agrees good tools are very important? Yeah, if you don't have the right tools, there are a lot of jobs, you know, you only want to try. Who's heard of Craftsman tools and Snap-on tools? Okay, everybody, why do we like them? Who can tell me? Yep, lifetime guarantee. Now, they cost 4 times as much as the cheap tools, right? But they're worth it because you only have to get them once. Who agrees it's important to have good tools in the kitchen as well? The average American family, especially now, at least 2 meals a day. That's over 700 meals. That's just in a year's time. It's important that we have good tools. And get a load of this. All of our tools here have the same guarantee as the Craftsman and Snap-on. These two are guaranteed forever. How many of you like that guarantee? It's the finest in the world. We're very proud of it. And it's one of the reasons I love working for KitchenCraft. Now, guys know about tools, right? As a matter of fact, you go into the garage, you're going to find a $3,000 riding lawnmower, $250 for a weed whacker, okay? $500 for a chainsaw, okay? Oh, speaking of chainsaws, gentlemen, if you have an opportunity to choose between a chainsaw and a handsaw to cut down a tree, which one are you going to use? Chainsaw, right? Absolutely. Here's a chainsaw for the kitchen. Here's the handsaw. Good tools aren't cheap, cheap tools aren't any good. Now, does anybody here agree with me that the kitchen is probably one of the most expensive rooms in the house? Yeah. Anybody rebuilding or remodeling right now? The average is about 30–40%, okay, right there in the kitchen. Well, think about it. A lot of folks are getting those big refrigerators that have that bottom freezer drawer. That's $2 grand, okay, right off the top. Change over to one of those flat top ranges, at least $850. Guy went up to $3,000 yesterday. $600 for a quiet dishwasher. Now, for new homes, on the average, it's about $10,000 to $12,000 for cupboards. And what do those cupboards do for us, right? Okay, hang there, look pretty, hold dishes. But when it comes to do what we do in the kitchen, what kind of tools are we using? Because when you think about it, cookware, that's the last tool that touches our food. before it goes on the table and into the bodies of our